Hey y'all, welcome to Sweet Tea and Butterflies. We are back at the Just Our Imagination collaboration challenge, and we are making a spring farmhouse wall hanging. Our hosts are Kathy Jo DIYs, Rustic and Lace DIYs, and our guest host this time is DIY with Aria. Our challenge items, we had to use clay, wood beads, and a zipper. So let's see how this turned out. I took, 12 of the tumbling tower blocks and built a frame with it. And I used the Dollar Tree super glue wood glue to assemble those. I prefer to use wood glue when I'm using raw wood as much as possible. It gives a better hold, and I can get these blocks more flush with one another than if I use hot glue. Although I definitely don't know how I would do if I couldn't use hot glue at all, which Brenda and Kathy Jo did a challenge where they could only use one type of glue, 3 colors of paint. You'll have to go check those out. It's rather interesting. You don't realize how spoiled you get. So, also would like to invite you to follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok. All the links will be in the description box. The playlist link for the collaboration will be in the description box, along with all of the hosts' channel links as well. All right, so I took, after I got my frame built, I took a piece of fabric here, and as you can see, I can't cut a straight line. That was all kinds of, all kinds of jacked up. I can't cut a straight line with a paper cutter sometimes. It's bad, y'all. It's bad. So here's where the zipper comes in. And pardon Miss Smokey. She is being vocal tonight. So what I did was I took the zipper, and I took my fabric and I adhered it to one side of the zipper. And when I was trying to fit that across the frame just before I cut, and whatnot, I almost made a boo-boo, and then I caught myself. But anyway, I went ahead and used hot glue for this part. If you recreate this or do something, close where you're using fabric and whatnot with hot glue, make sure you use finger protectors. Unless you've been crafting for so long that your fingers don't feel it. Even then, I'd still use finger protectors. And here I'm just folding that fabric over with that zipper. And I almost cut it, and then I was like, I'll just put a little hem in it there. A nice clean edge, fold it over. So that's what I did before I put it, adhered it to the zipper, because it was a little bit long. It would have stretched out and covered the zipper, or would have been too loose on the frame. So I just did a little thin fold to make up that difference there, and then after I got done with that, I glued it to the zipper. I think I was struggling a little bit with getting the fold in there. I had to hit it in a couple spots and then go back and fill in the other spots, if that makes any sense. I had to hit it enough where it kept the fold and then went in and filled in. Yeah, see? Hey, sometimes crafting period can be a challenge. I hope all the mamas out there had a wonderful Mother's Day. Me and my kids went out to dinner Saturday. They have my boys have significant others and or wives. So I wanted to make sure that the wives got to spend Mother's Day with their mothers. So we went ahead and did ours on Saturday, which is a good thing because I ended up having to take my dog to the emergency vet on Mother's Day. So, got to take her in for surgery to her regular vet in the morning, first thing. Because the emergency vet was going to charge way too much. They gave her meds to manage her situation until morning, so. But right now she's on pain meds, so she's zonked out over there. I get a kick out of her. She likes to go bye-bye and go on car rides. So, it doesn't matter where we're going. She was even excited to go into the vet's office because it was new stuff, you know. So, at least she's a good girl. Anyway, so I took on the bottom of the frame, and I kind of did like you would do if you were wrapping a present, where you tuck the sides in, and then, you know, and I had to do like another little hem on the bottom part there before I folded it up so it didn't overlap on the front. And I almost made the boo-boo of doing that same thing fully on the top, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute, I want to do that because I need the zipper to open. So at least I caught myself before the boo-boos that I almost made. It would have been a challenge to accomplish what I was trying to accomplish if I hadn't caught myself. I just trimmed off that jacked up part where I couldn't cut a straight line. And what I did was I tucked the sides down, you know, and then folded the back over, but I did not glue the front part. That way I could open the zipper up. I had a whole different idea that I wanted to do with the zipper and the clay and all of that, but I did not have the time to do that intense of a project this time around, so I'm doing this instead. Oh, and I have signed up for Buy Me a Coffee. The link for that will be in my description box too. And if you want to buy me a coffee and help support my channel, you can use that link to do so. And if life will calm down enough for me to actually put my projects in the store part of the Buy Me a Coffee, then you can also purchase any of the items I make through there. I had intended last week to do it, and life has just been hectic. So hopefully this week I can get all the stuff in there. So now I'm taking, here's where the clay comes in. I made sure to put some cornstarch in the mold, and I'm making my trim that'll go around the outside of the project. And this project, this one won't be available because I am sending this one to a fellow paralegal that when I was looking for work, I went in and turned in my resume, and they weren't hiring evidently, but she knew that my current attorney was looking for somebody, so she sent my resume over to my now boss, and so I wanted to send her a little thank you gift. So that's what this is going to be. One thing, I've learned being a paralegal is to, always your clerks and your other paralegals that you deal with at other attorneys' offices, stay on their good side because and network with them, because y'all help each other out, and it helps things run smoother. And I'll tell you what, having the clerks on, having a good rapport with the clerks in the courts, that has saved my butt a couple of times. Because I am human, and while I'm I'm good at my job, I make mistakes. We all do. And sometimes the clerks can help correct those mistakes. So, as you can see, I glued I used the wood glue again, and glued my trim around. And I am using Waverly's Ocean to paint it. And I don't make you watch me do all the painting because I'm half off the screen and out of view anyway, because I wasn't paying attention to where I was on that. So I also painted the frame that would be showing at the top, with the zipper open, with that ocean blue as well. And then I went around with some twine just to kind of marry all of it together and make it look nice and neat. And that's what I'm doing here. And now comes the fun part, the flowers. I know Kathy Jo always, says she's not a florist and whatnot, but every time she does anything with flowers, it turns out amazing. I don't know why, I don't know why she doesn't think that she does a good job with flowers. She does. It's all in your creative perspective, when you're working with all this stuff. So I took some different blue and white flowers and some greenery and tucked it in there. And as you saw, I had taken like a thin piece of floral foam and glued it down, tucked it, down where the zipper was closed to be able to stick those flowers in because I wanted them to stay put. And I'm also once I get them in there, you can see I'm taking the hot glue gun and just kind of hitting around the flower with it to make sure, give it a little bit of extra security there. And it is late on Sunday night, and I don't remember what the name of all of the flowers are that I'm using. The small white ones, they're all from Dollar Tree, but the small white ones, Dollar Tree labels those as baby's breath. And then the other ones, I have no idea off the top of my head. No clue. But I just arrange them in there and in what looks pleasing to me. And I hope that the paralegal I'm sending this to likes it. Give her something small but cute that she can hang up in her office to brighten her day. And then I realized at some point in here that I had glued the floral foam to the wood frame at the bottom. But once I got all the flowers in there, I realized that it was leaning forward a lot. So you'll see here in a minute where I dip down in there and put some glue and glue it to the back of the fabric on the back, just so it doesn't lean forward and gives a little more security so it doesn't fall out. And it's really hard with that thin, with the floral foam that thin. You don't have a lot of room to stick a bunch of flowers. You start running into other flower stems in there. So I didn't want to overload it because I didn't have room to overload it with flowers. But I got a decent amount in there that looks like it's just kind of popping out of there. Here's where I realized that, that's where I realized it's leaning forward. Like, I gotta fix that. I just pressed it down for a minute, let the glue set. So far, I have used the clay and the zipper. And here comes the beads. I painted 4 beads in the blue and 2 beads in white. And I'm going to put those on the hanger. I hot glued it down, and then I took my stapler and just threw a staple in there just for extra security. The regular staples aren't necessarily the best for this kind of project, but the tumbling tower blocks are too thin for a regular, for the bigger staplers, They poke right through the front. I have found that out the hard way many times. Got that. And here we go. Oh, I forgot. I made a little shoestring bow. I wanted to make sure that the zipper didn't open all the way up. So I killed 2 birds with one stone. I put a little shoestring bow on there. The hot glue will keep the zipper from coming down, and the shoestring bow covers that. So anyway, I'd like to invite y'all to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. And here is I guess I always get too close to the camera when I'm doing that. And any of you that haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to subscribe. All of you that do follow and that have subscribed, thank you for watching my content every time I put it out. I appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. Have a great day, y'all.